Good morning, student. Welcome you all. So today I am going to start a part one, the chapter number 6 from the book Moment, and the title as Weathering the Storm in Ersama, and it's written by Harsh Manda. So let's start. So, weathering the storm. So, basically, in this chapter, we will see the natural disaster that we have seen so many times, and sometimes we have faced it. So, in this chapter, we will probably discussed about this cyclone. Cyclone, it's one natural disaster, and we will discussed about Odisha. All right, so let's start. The cyclone that hit Odisha in October 1999 killed thousands of people and devastated hundreds of villages. For 2 dreadful nights, Prashant, a young man, was marooned on the roof of a house. On the third day, he decided to go to his village. Did he find his family? So basically, in this chapter, basically in Odisha, October 1999 May, thousand of people was faced and thousand of people was killed by this disaster, that is cyclone, and the true dreadful night Prashant. So in this chapter, there are one character, that is Prashant, and Prashant is a young man, and he was survive that time, and to survive himself, he stay on the roof of a house, and third day he decided to go to his village. Did he find his family or not? Let's see. So, October 27, 1999, 7 years after his mother death. So here his is Prashant. Prashant had gone to the block headquarter of Ersama, a small town in coastal Odisha, some 18 kilometers from his village, to spend the day with a friend. So basically, जो प्रशांत है, ही लिव्स इन अरसामा एट स्मॉल कोस्टल एरिया जो पानी का एरिया होता है उसको कोस्टल एरिया कहते हैं ओडिशा में. एंड ही वेंट टू हिज फ्रेंड हाउस टू स्पेंड अ नाइट, एंड हिज फ्रेंड हाउस कुछ 18 किलोमीटर्स दूर था उसके घर से. सो इन द इवनिंग टाइम अ डार्क एंड मिनेंसिंग, सो हियर द वर्ड मिनेंसिंग मीन्स डेंजरस एंड हार्मफुल स्टॉर्म क्विकली गैदर्ड. तो इवनिंग टाइम पे जो डेंजरस और हार्मफुल स्टॉर्म थी वो क्विकली गैदर्ड हो गई है, बहुत ज़्यादा हो गई है. विंड्स बीट अगेंस्ट द हाउसेज विद अ स्पीड एंड फ्यूरी दैट प्रशांत हैड नेवर विटनेस्ड बिफोर. और जो स्पीड थी हाउसेज की वो बहुत ज़्यादा तेज़ हो गई थी, जिससे प्रशांत ने अपनी लाइफ में इस तरह की स्पीड्स और इस तरह के विटनेस्ड कभी नहीं किया था. हैवी एंड इंसेंस रेन फिल द डार्कनेस. तो हैवी और इंसेंस रेन मतलब रेगुलर रेन ने क्या कर दिया था, चारों तरफ अंधेरा कर दिया था. और एंशियंट ट्रीज वर अपरूटेड. एंशियंट ट्रीज मतलब ओल्ड ट्रीज वर अपरूटेड एंड क्रैश टू द अर्थ. और जो ओल्ड ट्रीज थे वो अपरूटेड हो गए थे और क्रैश द अर्थ. क्रैश द अर्थ मतलब पूरे जड़ सहित वो निकल गए थे. स्क्रीम्स रेंट द एयर एज पीपल एंड हाउसेज वर स्विफ्टली वॉश्ड अवे. तो क्या हो गया था, बहुत ज़्यादा चिल्लाने की आवाज़ आ रही थी, एंड द एयर वॉज फिल्ड विद स्क्रीम्स ऑफ पीपल बिकॉज दे वर worried, they were very tensed, or they were frightened through this, means in that disaster swiftly. And the houses were swiftly washed away, means सब कुछ खराब होता है, everything ruined that time. The angry waters swirled means moved or flowed along with a whirling motion. whirling motion एक स्पाइरल बाइंडिंग होती है जिस राउंड एंड राउंड में घूमती है, उसे whirling motion में कहते हैं. इस तरह से वो हवा चल रही थी और पानी था, एंड पानी लाइक फुल नेक डीप तक पानी आ गया था. So the building was of brick and mortar and was strong enough to survive the devastation of the wind velocity of 350 kilometers per hour. And the speed of wind, like velocity of 350 kilometer per hour की speed से जो wind थी वो आ रही थी, and it destroy everything. It destroyed the lives as well as the belongings, our belongings, like our home and houses, all that. So, but the cold terror of the family grew with the crashing of tree that had got uprooted and the fallen on their house, sometimes in the middle of the night, damaging its roof and walls. So, the most terror means जो आतंक था, डर, they were वेरी फ्राइटेंड जब जो क्रैशिंग ट्री था जो उनके छत के ऊपर आगे गिरा था प्रशांत फ्रेंड्स फैमिली के, दैट टाइम दे वर वेरी अफ्रेड. एंड उससे क्या हो गया, तो बहुत ज़्यादा रूफ और को डिस्ट्रॉय कर देता है और वॉल्स को भी डिस्ट्रॉय कर देता है। द क्रेज डिस्ट्रक्शन ब्रॉट बाय द साइक्लोन एंड द सर्च ऑफ द ओशन कंटिन्यूड फॉर द नेक्स्ट 36 आवर्स। और जो क्रेज था, जो वो पागलपन था साइक्लोन का, जो पानी का सर्च, जो उफान आ रहा था पानी का, it almost destroy all the things and it continued for the next 36 hours। कितनी देर तक चला? नेक्स्ट 36 आवर्स तक चला, ऑलमोस्ट 2 days। So although wind speeds had reduced somewhat by the next morning, so by the next morning the speed of wind is slow. To escape the waters rising in the house, Prashant and his friend's family had taken refuge on the roof. To escape ourselves, so they decided they stay on the roof to survive in this disaster or in this circumstances. So Prashant will never forget the shock he experienced at his first glimpses of the devastation wrought by the super cyclone in the grey light of the early morning. So early morning की grey light थी, and Prashant never experienced such kind of situation in his entire life, and he never seen this glimpse, this view in his life। और ये जो destruction था, it is like very dangerous for him। So अर्ली मॉर्निंग में ग्रेव सी लाइट नजर आई थी। अ रेगिंग डेडली ब्राउन शीट ऑफ वाटर कवर्ड एवरीथिंग एज फार एज द आई कुड सी। जितनी दूर तक हम देख सकते थे, everywhere was filled with water। The brown water यूज हो रहा है इधर, बिकॉज when the water mixed with mud, तो it's look like brown in color। So that's why here brown sheet कन्वे किया गया है, बोला गया है यहाँ पे। ओनली फ्रैक्चर्ड सीमेंट हाउसेस, फ्रैक्चर सीमेंट हाउस मीन कि घरों को फ्रैक्चर्ड है, मीन्स ऑल द रीउंड और डिस्ट्रक्ट हाउसेस, जो टूट गए हैं हाउसेस, अब कुछ खड़े हैं वहाँ पे कुछ फ्यू प्लेसेस पर। Bloated animal carcasses and human corpse floated in every direction। Bloated means फूल जाना। So here he saw so many carcasses, animal dead bodies, and human corpses means human dead bodies floated everywhere, means floated in the water। So all round even huge old trees had fallen। कई बार बहुत बड़े बड़े trees भी क्या हो गए थे, गिर गए थे। 2 coconut trees had fallen on the roof of their house। So who is there means प्रशांत फ्रेंड्स फैमिली, उनके घर की छत पे 2 कोकोनट ट्री गिरे थे। तो दिस वॉज अ ब्लेसिंग इन डिस्गाइज, बिकॉज द टेंडर मीन्स सॉफ्ट कोकोनट फ्रॉम द ट्रीज kept the trapped family from starving in the several days that followed। अब क्या था कि जैसे वो 2 ट्रीज आके गए थे, इट वॉज ब्लेसिंग फॉर देम, बिकॉज इन दैट सिचुएशन दे कैन ईट दोज सॉफ्ट कोकोनट, एंड उससे वो क्या हो गया, कुछ सेवरल डेज तक वो भूखे रहने से बच गए थे। All right, so for the next 2 days, Prashant sat huddled with his friend's family in the open on the rooftop। Huddle means एक दूसरे को squeeze कर लेता है ना, तो उसे huddle कहते हैं, because it was a cold time, बहुत ज़्यादा ठंड थी। That's why to warm themselves they just sat like they huddled। They froze in the cold and incensed। Incensed means unceasing or continual। Continual means regular। The rain water washed away Prashant tears। So it was very dreadful scene कि जो पानी था, जो इतना ज़्यादा बरसात हो रही थी, उससे जो प्रशांत के tears थे वो भी washed away हो गए थे। The only thought that flashed through his mind was whether his family had survived the fury of the super cyclone। Was he to be breathed once again? So the only one thought came to his mind, that is whether his family survived in that cyclone or not। So वो बच पाएंगे या नहीं बच पाएंगे, so यही उसके माइंड में था। So 2 days later, which seemed to Prashant like 2 years, so like 2 days, it's like 2 years for him। The rain ceased। Rain ceased means the rain stopped and the rainwater slowly began to recede। Slowly begin to recede means slowly it became slow, and the water is बैक स्टेप मीन स्लो होता जा रहा था, कम होता जाता, रिड्यूस होता जा रहा था। Prashant was determined to seek out his family without further delay, but the situation was still dangerous, and his friend's family pleaded means request with Prashant to stay back a little while longer। So Prashant decided and said to himself that he wants to see his family, but his friend's family told him not to go out, just stay for some more time, because the situation is not smooth that time, that it was still dangerous. That's why. But Prashant knew that he had to go. So Prashant already determined, so he wants to go. He equipped himself with a long sturdy stick and then started on his 18-kilometer expedition back to his village through the Solan flood water. अब उसने क्या देखा कि खुद को उस पानी से सर्वाइव करने के लिए उसने एक लॉन्ग स्टिक ले ली एज अ प्रॉप टू कंप्लीट हिज जर्नी, टू कंप्लीट हिज 18-kilometer journey. It was a journey he would never forget. Obvious, it was like a very dreadful or very frightful journey, so that nobody can forget it. So he constantly had to use his stick to locate the road. So as I already told you, he used a stick as a proper. So he located the road through the stick to determine where the water was most loud, determine कि जहाँ पे पानी ज़्यादा है तो वो easily निकल सकता है, नहीं निकल सकता. At places it was waist deep and the progress was slow. Sometimes जो पानी था बहुत ज़्यादा इंक्रीज था, बढ़ा हुआ था, वेस्ट तक पानी था, तो the progress was is very slow. At several points he lost the road and he had to swim. और कई टाइम पे वो lost भी करता है road and he had to swim sometime. So after some distance, he was relieved to find two friends of his uncle who were also returning to their village. After a point, he found कि उसके जो friends के uncle के friends थे वो भी थे, तो he kind of sort of relieved that time. They decided to move ahead together. तो they all decided कि अब वो आगे की journey साथ में complete करेंगे. So with this we come to an end with this part, the part 1. So we will continue the second part in our next video. Till then, take care yourself and thank you for watching this video.